Back to the channel. So you catch up with me today on looking at what we're doing next. So if you haven't already seen the previous episodes, I have put them in the description below, so by all means, if this is your first time watching, then just go in the description, start from the beginning. I think we're on number 7 or number 8. So this weekend's jobs, in between the rain showers and the sun showers and everything else in between, so is looking at removing the subframe, which has a couple of bolts holding that in. I think it's 4 big chunky ones. I think that I can take all of it in one piece. I'll show you in a second what I mean by that. I then still need to take off the gearbox off the engine that's come out of the Imola, because we're keeping that because it's 6-speed. And also the clutch and the flywheel off that. So as you saw in the last video, I've been struggling with trying to get it out, but you'll see in a minute as to where I went wrong. There was some suggestions, so to say, use a Bentley guide. Funny enough, I do have access to one, but I don't know, you kind of forget you have these things, so sometimes it's just fun to try and figure it out. Sometimes maybe not so much fun. So we'll have a look in here now, and then I'll explain to you why I think I can take all this out in one go. And then ideally off the donor car, we'll do exactly the same thing. Roll this one out, take the engine and box out of the donor car, drop the suspension and the subframe and roll that underneath here and then button it up. Sounds simple. So now that the engine is out, so it looks to me fairly straightforward. So this here goes inside the car, and it's a 14mm nut, I believe, that holds the steering column onto the top of here to maneuver your steering. So if I undo that, and then I can see there's got to be a bolt there. There has to be a bolt there. And then if you follow the yellow brick road pipe, that goes into the reservoir for the power steering. So it's already disconnected on that side, but this line here goes straight down. So if I undo that clip, obviously it's going to leak fluid, but then that means that that's the only thing connecting the rest of this column to the car. And of course, what I've just mentioned there, the steering rack. And all of this is all a bit cruddy, it's all a bit rusty, but it's all one piece. So if we can get that undone, there's another bolt back there. Zoom in on that one for you if I can. No, too high, too low. There it is. Little Mr. Chunk there. So there's one there, so there's one on the other side as well. But I genuinely believe that that will all come out in one piece. So if I leave these, so we'll leave those 3 and those 3, so those are the top of the suspension. If I undo the 4 subframe bolts, those 6 will hold it in place. I mean, it'll be swinging, don't get me wrong, but it'll still hold it in place, so it's not going to drop on my head or anything like that. I can then support this with a jack underneath, and then I can then undo them 6 bolts on the top. So let's get these 4 undone. So there we have it, the gearbox is finally off. Thankfully I used the old seat just in case. I didn't realize how heavy it was, but yeah, pretty weighty to be fair. Yeah, it just didn't want to come off at all. So you can see in the bell housing there's a little bit of where it's been catching when I've been trying to wiggle it out, but there's no damage to the bell housing. Thrust bearing, look at that, that's a sexy beast, isn't it? I'm fairly sure that needs changing. But the clutch, flywheel plates, again, there's a little bit of what I just said there, the residue from where it's been scraping inside when I was wiggling it out. But I missed there. So it's a bolt that goes in from behind the transfer box, but it's out. So that's one job down. So I just need to take the clutch and flywheel off this, and then this engine is ready to go in the bin. So in terms of taking off the clutch and flywheel, yeah. So I think we'll start with these. There's what, 1, 3, 6 of those, because I think that'll then remove this plate here, and then we can see what condition the clutch is in, because for all I know, it might have been changed before it was parked up. The flywheel, as I say, apart from the little shiny bits on it, looks in good condition, so it was getting good engagement with the starter before it went off the road, which is good news. Just the starter looks a bit well, cruddy, to say the very least. But there's some shiny areas on that, but still, it's obviously functional. Now again, this is one of those situations, I do not know what size this is, but it seems to just fit everything. So, that looks to be that. The engine's obviously going to spin. I need to find a way to lock that up. Yeah, I'll see how I can get that locked up to try and get these off. This is definitely not the way to do it, probably, but because the engine is out, I've just got a ratchet on there and I can hold it steady with one hand and reach around the back and undo the bolts. So we'll carry on. Yeah. So already we got that one undone. It's loose. Get that in place there. Got my trusty extension-y bit. So, as you see here, hold the front. There we go. Oh, I'll tell you what, everybody's going to be doing this method. Yeah, just imagine Bryn doing that. Sure he wouldn't. But yeah, there we go. Then again, bottom one here. I think that one needs to be a bit higher because obviously this hoist is in the way. There we go. Another one. So I'll get the rest of them undone and then we'll see what's underneath. So that's all 6 bolts off. Not sure how that comes off, to be honest with you. Maybe a flathead screwdriver. Let's go and grab it. Let's give it a little wiggle between here. See what that does. There we go. That was either a satisfying crack or a bad crack. There's another one. Where's the other side? Over there. They line up on some sort of pins. That's good. I have to remember that. You know me, very forgetful. Oops. Now, apart from dropping it, that doesn't look too bad. I've wrecked it now, though, obviously, but it wasn't too bad. There was still a bit of life in that. Oh well, never mind. So, tell you what's flimsy as anything, that. And then what do we got here? Now I'm going to say that looks pretty good, but I wouldn't know. So, who knows? Anywho, so we've got some 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 bigger multi-spline ones in there. I'm guessing that they're going to be the usual, like the drive shafts. So let's go and grab that. So these appear to be, I've got a Torx. Yeah, it's locking in. Yeah, Torx 55. So I'll get a ratchet on there. It's funny, I keep forgetting I got these bars. So same again, reach around, hold the front, try and keep the engine steady. These are a little bit tougher, I have to say. Not as nice as the clutch ones. So this project is brought to you by sponsored and supported by the TT shop in Blackburn. They supply all second-hand parts for Mark 1 and also now Mark 2 vehicles as well. So if you're looking for wings, they've got plenty of those in stock in all a variety of colours, all very varying conditions. So ones that you can prepare yourself, some that are ready for paint. If you're looking for engines, gearboxes, new glass, broken doors, right the way through to door cards, rad packs, an abundance of transfer boxes, more gearboxes, a blowing exhaust or a downpipe. Or if simply you just want to buy a car that runs, that you want to do as a project, they also have vehicles available to do that as well. So get in touch with them. I'll put a link in the description for the TT shop in Blackburn, and also you will receive a 10% discount if you use the code IMOLA10, which is here somewhere. So get in touch. That discount only applies to actual parts, not postage and packaging. So obviously if you're going to take an engine, then that'll be a separate charge. But get in touch with the guys down at the TT shop Blackburn, and they will be more than happy to assist you with your requirements, whether that be used parts or just a car to work with. Thank you very much to the TT shop Blackburn for supporting and sponsoring this project. Now back to the car. So in the end, I've wedged up the stronger bar at the front. That's not going anywhere. It's on the engine mount, and then these come in looser. Good. So that one's off. There we go. And next one. There we go. Woo. Nice and tight. Figure the ratchet on that later. There's another one. There we go. Do. Nice. I think I undid this one already. Yep. All right, you. Yeah, you're off. And you're off. So. So there is the latch mechanism for, do you know what, it's going to do my head in again. What the hell's it called? Steering rack. Oh my God, I've got to tattoo that somewhere. But there. So that's usually a 14 mil. I need to see which side the nut's on, which is obviously, unfortunately for me, on the other side. So I'll rotate that round. Yeah, so today is attempting the subframe removal. And people are always offering to help me with tools and things like that. So Hamza here has kindly brought his DeWalt. It's very good, but it's also a little bit powerful. So he's not only brought his tools, but he's also getting down and dirty, one for a better term. So I'm going to leave Hamza crack on with trying to figure that rusted bolt there. I'm going to move on to finishing off pulling the pipes and such things off the donor car. It's flaky as hell, isn't it? The stuff's coming off it.
Yeah, some of them are still on the bulb.
Oh. Yeah. What's your face? So as with everything on this car, poor Hamza's having fun with the subframe bolt here. So he's off to go and find a socket. In the meantime, for me, I've just undone that pipe and the pipe over on that side, which is this one. So I just need to separate them, and I think, oh, actually no, I'm lying to myself. There's a couple of things there that need undoing, so I'll unclip them as well before I disconnect the pipes. And there we have it. Hamza has defeated the bolt.
Cost me £5.50.
£5.50. See, I told you that shop's cheap though. It's very good. So we've got 2 left. No, 6 left.
Yeah,
because
we'll do the 13s.
13s, where are they?
And the 2 at the bottom.
So we got the brace bars there, 2 13s, and then 2 more subframe bolts. So it's progress. So I'm making progress on getting this engine out, the donor ready to come out. Hamza's got 4 bolts left on this one, so I think I'll have to get those finished up myself, because now the rain has come. So now it's, of course, started raining, so we're gonna have to get everything packed up, get everything put away, and then reconvene at a later stage. But I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.